Yesterday, I made a playlist with movies about timelines, time travel, and soulmates. And I love the topic because it's through meeting soulmates that I remember timelines. And if you've had that experience, you know that sometimes you can meet a person and all of a sudden they unlock things in you that you didn't know were there. And a lot of times spiritual awakenings begin like this. Or it could also be a book or a movie, but for me, in person encounters have been the most powerful. And it's really interesting because you think you're just this little human, but then you begin to realize that you're so much more and you're human and divine. You're earthly, but at the same time, you're cosmic. And you are both masculine and feminine, regardless of gender. And I love, movies like Cloud Atlas, like Mr. Nobody, uh, Richard Bach's book one, that show that every choice that we make basically opens up a whole new timeline, and how we travel together with some souls through space and time learning lessons. And a lot of times we have these destined meetings. Uh, that we recognize each other, have this familiar feeling about this person, and we feel that we can trust them. And that serves to show us a certain choice on our timeline that we have to make, um, that usually can elevate us. And it's very interesting how these people show up in our lives, and we show up in the lives of other people like that as secret helpers, in a sense, of somebody sent from above, possibly, that can give you some guidance or truly reflect you. And even if nothing else, hear you out and truly listen to you. And that can help you see yourself better and make a choice. And I love when these encounters happen. And sometimes the soulmate can give you a really good contrast that propels you to of what you actually want by learning what you don't want. And sometimes they can give you a really good reflection of what you want. And sometimes it can be both, like a mix. But it's beautiful. And when we truly trust what we feel on the inside, we can remember certain past lives that we had with that person and the work we've done together or how something went, and there could be some forgiveness that needs to take place, or through remembering those past lives we can unlock certain gifts, and we can also see into future timelines and remember our cosmic origins, and remember uh, wisdom, valuable information, and ways to do things on a different level. And it's very interesting because there are a lot of us right now that are anchoring higher timelines for Earth, in the way that we connect and the way that we share information vibrationally and exchange in the astral, and then also happen to stumble upon one another in the physical realm through our art, through YouTube, through chance encounters. It's really beautiful to see how all of that is working perfectly. And we are co creating the new earth. We are downloading these higher timelines, and we are anchoring them through our creations and through our own vibration. And I'm always amazed by how beautifully orchestrated it all is and how aligned vibrationally. And we meet sometimes briefly, sometimes for longer. We reflect one another, we get the contrast, we co-create something, and then we keep going, and it's that beautiful dance of soulmates, where there's equal exchange happening. And the moment that the exchange is not equal anymore, and what you were giving, the other person doesn't have the capacity to receive it, and they also don't have the capacity to give back, then you know it's time to move on, and you vibrationally align with another soulmate or other soulmates, and you know where you are by what you see reflected outside of you. And then if those other people, you know, they can catch up, or there's no, it's not like you're always speeding ahead, but sometimes you can slow down, take a break, or you're more advanced in a certain area and less in others. But we're all there as teachers and students, and like Ramdas puts it, we're all walking each other home. And everybody always gets what they need, even if it doesn't appear to be what they want. Because those exchanges are not based on ego, they're based on soul. And it's always very important to follow the soul. Kitten lover, hi. I like that name. And yeah, this is a really great point because animals are soulmates and can be our soulmates too. I have two cats, and my cat Francois is so loving, and he just adores me, and I adore him. And I love my other cat too. Remy's this awesome cat, but Remy is more of an attention seeker, and Francois is just here to give me love, and we have this beautiful exchange. So it's interesting how animals are also on their level of evolution of consciousness, and a lot of times we can create beautiful soulmate connections with them. We don't create them, they're existing, we just recognize them. And the same with the animals from different species, which I love watching those videos on YouTube, where a donkey will befriend a chicken, and a cat will befriend a dog, which is kind of normal, but like a cat will nurse a baby otter, and all of these like intra animal species soulmate relationships. So, all in all, what I wanted to say is that everything is very harmonious and balanced if we tune into it and move with it. And the reason there's so much chaos in the world right now is because this old system that we've been living in was not based on that, was not based on heart and soul, but was based more on fear, lack, limitation, mind, and masculine energy predominantly, and toxic masculine energy, a lot of it. But know that we're all balancing our energies out and bringing and downloading and anchoring the divine feminine and masculine within each one of us. And animals and nature have so much with that. We are like the old is falling apart to make way for the new, which is the well forgotten old of this beautiful harmony that naturally exists. And all we need to do is be in tune with it and flow with it instead of forcing and trying to control.